Hello class 8. Hope you all are fit and fine. Okay, let's continue. Let's start new chapter in chemistry, chapter 3, elements, compounds and mixture. This chapter already you have done, half of this chapter you have already done in your previous assignments, right? But again I'm discussing this chapter again, right? Now, what is matter? First of all, just see what is matter. Matter is anything which occupies space, has mass and can be perceived by the senses. Now, then matter is divided into two parts, living and non-living. Now, living are your plants and animal, and non-living are your all the substances like your stone, soil, air, all these are what? Non-living substances. Then again, non-living substances are divided into two parts, pure substances and what? Impure substances. Now, pure substances consist of your elements and compounds. Now, what are elements? Elements are what? Just look at here. These are pure substance which is an basic unit of matter that cannot be broken down into two or more simpler substances by any means. Then again they are divided into four categories. First is your matters, then non-matters, then metalloids and noble gases. Matters examples already you know: sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, iron, aluminium, gold. These are what? Matters. Non-matters are your hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, chlorine, sulfur. What these are? Carbon. What these are? Non-matters. Now metalloids, silicon and what? Arsenic. These are what? Metalloids. And noble gases, there are seven. Noble gases: helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon. These are noble gases. Now next is your what are compounds. Compounds are also pure substance which is formed by combination of two or more elements which are combined together in a what? Fixed ratio. Which are combined in a fixed ratio, and they can be broken down into its element only by chemical means, not by physical means. All of you know when iron combined with sulfur, it form in a fixed ratio, then it form iron sulfide, which is a compound. For example, or simple example of compound is water, carbon dioxide. Water is made up of what? Hydrogen and oxygen. Carbon dioxide is made up of carbon and oxygen. Right? Now, next is your what? Impure substances. Impure substances are consist of your mixtures, and there are two types of mixtures are there. First is your homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture, which we will discuss later on. Right? Now, first look at the definition of mixture. Mixture is a impure substance which is formed by combination of two or more elements, compounds or both, which are mechanically mixed together in any ratio. Right? Okay, now next is next page. Now element is a pure substance which is made up of one kind of atoms only. So, and what is an atom? Atom is the basic unit of an element. It is the smallest particle of an element which may or may not exist of its own. Then atom has three subatomic particles. These are what? Proton, neutron and electrons. Right? Now just look at the structure of an atom. An atom has a center part that is called nucleus. In nucleus what are present? Proton and neutrons are present. Right? Around the nucleus, these are called shells. 1, 2, 3. There are how many shells are there? 3. Or they are also called orbits. In these orbits or shells, what are present? These electrons are present. Right? And proton carry positive charge, while electron carry negative charge. But neutrons have no charge. Right? Now next is your atomic number of an atom is always equal to its number of protons, which is also equal to number of electrons. Now next is your classification, elements classification. All of you know till today's date, total 118 elements are known, right? And they are arranged in a table form that is called periodic table. Okay, now next is your differentiate between metallic element and non-metallic elements. Now metallic elements, they have a luster, means they always shine. Matters are malleable, means they can be beaten into sheets. Matters are ductile, means can be drawn into wires. Matters are good conductor of heat and electricity. Matters have high melting and boiling points. And now next is your matters have high density, and matters contain one type of atoms, means they are always monoatomic, right? While non-matters, they don't have any luster, right? Non-matters are non-malleable, that is they cannot be beaten into sheets. Non-matters are non-ductile, and that means they cannot be drawn into wires. Non-matters are poor conductor of heat and electricity. Non-matters have low melting and boiling points, and non-matters have low density and they contain monoatomic or diatomic atoms. For example, your hydrogen is a diatomic atom, but and chlorine is a diatomic. Nitrogen is also diatomic atoms, right? Now next is your some exceptional cases are there. We are saying all metals are found in solid state except mercury. Is only mercury and gallium are the two metals which are found in liquid state at room temperature. Next is your zinc is a metal which is non-malleable. We are saying all metals are malleable and ductile, but zinc is a metal which is non-malleable and non-ductile. Right, now next is your iodine. Iodine is a non-metal which is lustrous. Even graphite is also lustrous, and graphite is a form of carbon. Iodine and graphite are the two non-metals which have lustrous or which have shininess, right? And next is your graphite. Graphite is a non-metal which is lustrous as well as good conductor of electricity. You know that non-metals are poor conductor of heat and electricity, but graphite is a non-metal which is good conductor of electricity, and graphite is a form of carbon, right? Okay, just I told you that non-metals, they are monoatomic or they may be diatomic. Iodine is your carbon is a monoatomic. Now next is your difference between metalloids and noble gases. Now metalloids are the elements which shows property of both metals and non-metals, right? Sometimes these metalloids, sometimes they behave like a metal, sometimes they behave like a non-metals, and they are chemically reactive and contain one type of atoms only, means they are monoatomic. And examples of metalloids, all of you know which one. These are boron, silicon, germanium, arsenic are the examples of metalloids. Next is your noble gases. Noble gases are the elements which occur in traces in the atmosphere in the gaseous state, and they are chemically inert or unreactive or inactive. Why? Because their outer shell is complete, or you can say they have stable electronic configuration. That's why they are chemically inert or inactive. And they contain also one type of atoms, means they are also monoatomic. And there are total 6 noble gases. These are helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon, right?